Good morning, everybody. We're going to continue the Artist Appreciation Series today with a video on my favorite steel guitar player of all time, Ben Keith. He was born on March 6th, 1937, and died on July 26th, 2010, on Neil Young's ranch, Broken Arrow. Ben, like I said, Ben is my favorite steel guitar player of all time. He got his start as a professional musician, playing on sessions. Actually, his first recorded work it was on Patsy Cline's hit "I Fall to Pieces." He has He has worked with such people as Ringo Starr on his country record, which, by the way, is not very good, but that's not in any reflection on Ben's work. Um, but he has also worked with people like J.J. Cale, um, and he has produced several records, but he is most famous for his work with Neil Young on Harvest, and he was actually the one that helped Neil pick the musicians for Harvest, and they had actually been playing together for 2 weeks you know, um, before they, stopped and introduced themselves to one another. And and Ben was the one that helped Neil pick the musicians that would later become the Stray Gators. And Ben um, had been an integral part of Neil's country sound, or his sound period for for years. Um, he had worked with Neil in several bands, among others besides the Stray Gators, the both versions of the International Harvesters, the Blue Notes. He even played in the Santa Monica Flyers on the Tonight's Night tour and record in 1973. Um, but he is just he was just a tremendous steel guitar player, and he actually is a multi-instrumentalist. Besides steel guitar, he played regular electric guitar, dobro, and I think he may have dabbled in keyboards. And he also during the Blue Note years of 1988, he also dabbled in saxophone because Neil asked him to join the Blue Note horn section. And some of the list of records that he has produced with Neil include Prairie Wind, A Treasure, which was his last production credit before dying of a heart attack at age 73 in 2010. And he also played on Prairie Wind and was an integral part of the of the Heart of Gold movie that Neil did at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, and we will be um, talking about that when we discuss Prairie Wind. And also in 1992, Ben released a Christmas record called Seven Gates, which was also known as Christmas on the Ranch. And this thing is fantastic. Um, it also contains work with Johnny Cash, and Neil plays some harmonica throughout the record. And, I've been, like I said, I've been a huge Ben Keith fan for years, and back in 2008, a couple years before he passed away, I had the extreme pleasure of being able to see Ben live, albeit on the Jumbotron, when Neil came to Kansas City in '08 when he was touring behind Fork in the Road and Chrome Dreams 2. And Ben did not disappoint. He was just masterful. Some of the songs you can hear him on, besides Harvest, are songs from Harvest Moon, like I said, Prairie Wind, and a bunch of others. He, in 2003, he even dabbled in acting when Neil cast him in Greendale as Grandpa Green. Unfortunately, he did not go on the road with Neil when Neil toured Greendale in 2003. His part of Grandpa Green was taken by Larry Craig, and so unfortunately I did not get to meet Ben when I met everybody else, which in hindsight I'm kind of sad I didn't get to meet him and tell him how much I loved his playing. And so I urge everybody to check Ben out. You won't be disappointed if you're a country fan, because he is, touches on every record that he plays on. He makes his presence well known. And one of the things that I wanted to add is that, and we'll touch on this when we discuss Old Ways, Neil's country record, is that Ben did not play on some tunes on the second Old Ways record. Neil had good, but I prefer Ben. And actually, uh, one of my friends, because I was expressing, the fact that I didn't care for Ralph Moody's playing in kind of a rude way, and one of my friends said that I shouldn't do that. But I urge everybody to check Ben out, and you won't be disappointed, because every record that he touches, he makes better. And I'm going to actually, there's actually going to be two screenshots on this video. The first one is going to be a partial kind of discography of, or alphabetical discography of records that Ben has produced and played on. And the second screenshot is going to be a Word document that I wrote a couple days ago of some more records that Ben had played on. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy listening to him. One thing I forgot to add is that instead of um, instead of writing a new thumbnail for each of the artists that we're going to talk about, I'm just going to use the design I use for the coming Reeds trailer when we do the artist appreciation series, rather than just creating a new thumbnail. So they may look a little so they may look a little different. Uh, but I just thought I'd make you aware of that. Please disregard the glitch at the beginning of today's video. Thank you. There was one more glitch toward the end of the video, so please disregard that. Thank you.